still didn't ask me to publish. I don't know why it's doing that to me. It didn't ask to publish. It's supposed to ask.
That, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to ask me to publish. It didn't do it. I don't know why. But it says it's on. It says it's on YouTube. Okay. You know what? Welcome to Conversations with Malik podcast, coming to you from Long Island, New York. I'm glad to have you and thank you all who are listening and watching this show.
Right.
This podcast is about the stories of transformation of regular people during the basic struggle and pain of life.
That's right.
Everyone has a testimony. We all have survived the darkness. Now let's talk about how we got to the light so we can help our brothers and sisters who still haven't overcome their demons. But guess what?
Talk to me.
We all have different levels. We all have devils on different levels. So through conversations, we use the tools of insight to light the path of hope.
Right.
Let's have a chat and stop running from our issues. If we live through it, then talking about it probably won't kill us. That's what we're doing. Talking, crying, laughing, joking. But we're looking inward so we can grow outward is the theme of this show.
That's right.
The caterpillar transforming into the butterfly is the goal and purpose of this podcast. When you talk about you, I learn about me. Iron sharpens iron.
And steel sharpens steel.
So we can cut through the fog of despair into the hope of today. And listen, welcome to Conversations with Malik, featuring my man Jeff Joes.
Yes, sir.
Please don't forget to follow us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com.
Instagram, ConWMalik.
Listen, we're there. You know, Facebook page, Conversations with Malik.
Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean.
We're there.
We got that YouTube channel popping too.
We're streaming now live to YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Right, so we're just getting our YouTube thing going. So please support us, like us, subscribe, share.
Love us, share us.
Hit the bell, tell somebody, tell a friend. All of Nikki share us with somebody.
That's right.
And listen, and you know, we're here, another show, another day. It's been a long day. At the beginning of this video, you're gonna see some like real stuff going on because it's a real show.
Yeah, real stuff, real show, real bloopers. I mean, we get it busy.
We getting busy. And so, how you doing, Jeff Jones?
Good day, man. Good day. Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Look, I got some contacts and the contacts were irritating my eyes, so I'm back to putting the glasses on. You know, I called them today, so they're gonna get me another. Jerome. Shout out to Jerome Bradley.
JB.
Yeah, Jerome was like, "Yo, why y'all give my man what did he say? The generic contact lenses. You can't do that to him." He said, "You can't do that to an icon. He's an icon. He's a business owner." Yo, so he had me cracking up. And
Good
so,
brother, though.
you know, I got to go there tomorrow, man,
You switch up.
and get some different trials. And listen, you know, I'm happy. Our guest made it. We got actress, singer, model, Nikki Rubin in the house. Nikki, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Hey.
Take me by the heart and take me by the hand.
Classic.
I've been hearing that since I was a kid, by the way, directed towards me. So,
Really?
you know, just
Really?
it's been a consistent thing in my life.
That's dope.
I thought it was Mickey, so it's really Nikki.
It is Mickey.
It's Mickey.
But people
I thought it was
always
Ricky.
would sing it for Nikki when
Nice.
they were directing it to me.
Nice.
It's not Ricky?
Nope.
No?
It's Mickey.
It's Mickey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all about Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's nice. And listen, so you know we're here, and well, let me give my roundabouts. I want to shout out to Kareem the Dream Raheem, the engineer in charge who does the great sounds, and you know he has the great, excellent job that he does with the music and the sound.
That's
and
right.
Clearing us up for the podcast. Shout out to Justin Mars, social media manager, does an excellent job with social media. Dawn Michelle from Dawn Michelle Promotions.
That's right.
Listen, I want to shout out her publicist, Hannah. We got to give Hannah a shout out. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, for seeing the guests. You know, you're dope. You know, she's cool. Spoke to her today. You know, and this is her second client she sent over, so thank you very much. You know, our cameraman's not here. Shout out Wendell, the cameraman with the plan.
That's right.
And our normal Monday co-host, Ramona. You know, Ramona's not here, man.
Yeah. But you know, the show still goes on, as I was telling Nikki.
Yeah, show goes on, and so we're here with Nikki, and you know, I was thinking about the word of the day. So we usually take a second to talk about the word of the day, and I didn't even tell you what the word of the day was. We usually discuss it.
Yeah.
But I was looking at your story, and you seem to be really determined.
That's a good word.
That's what I really got from the theme of her determination.
Good word.
So determination is the word of the day. We usually take about 30 seconds to talk about determination, and I'll pass it to you, and then to Jeff. And to me, determination is really, you know, having your eyes on a goal and saying, I'm determined to get there regardless of what I got to do.
Yeah.
Now, when I say regardless of what I got to do, doesn't necessarily mean compromising my integrity and my who and what I am. And I think we maybe all have had situations in the past where we kind of saw that maybe we did kind of compromise kind of who and what we were to try to achieve a goal and objective. I know looking back, I look at some things and be like, oh man, you ain't have to do that, man.
Yeah, because it's funny you mentioned that too about, you know, compromising your integrity, because even with my situation, with, you know, me and my wife separated and stuff like that, and despite what happened, I felt like I would be, you know, compromising my integrity, you know, because I still wanted to work it out.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, with stuff like that, we both have to be on the same page, but I still felt like I was compromising myself because I was determined to want to work it out still, regardless of what happened.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so it's funny you said that, because some of us,
Even though you was determined
right,
in that particular area of your life to make things work, but you know, it takes two. What about determination for you?
Determination is courage, I think. It's a lot of courage and belief in yourself, which comes and goes at different times, and same thing with courage, you know. But then purpose, like what you were saying, having somewhere to go, or a reason why you're doing what you're doing. It really helps drive you. So when you have those times that you feel, what am I doing? What is this all about? You know, maybe start to just have like all the negative self-talk.
Yes.
That purpose can help pull you back out and just kind of get you back towards what you are determined to be doing.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Wow, that's powerful. And, you know, thinking about your story, you know, and I was reading over, you know, and you were talking about how you've been doing this your whole life, entertainment. When did you know that it was your purpose?
When, I've been performing my whole life. Dancing, singing, acting, performing. And when I was a teenager, a very young teenager, and I can't really remember exactly what age, but definitely younger than, I'm not even sure, I want to say younger than 14, older than 12. So somewhere 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. And I was going through like a depression, you know? Nothing was giving me joy. I didn't feel joy. I wasn't laughing, like nothing.
Okay.
And it went on for a while. And I remember watching Lucille Ball. I used to love I Love Lucy.
He still loves I Love Lucy.
Oh, still love her.
Oh,
She was
goodness
amazing.
gracious. All those old Jackie Gleason, the Honeymooners.
Gosh.
Okay.
I love classic stuff, you
Right.
know? And I was watching her Vitamita Vegemin skit, which was about, you know, it was so funny, but it was basically how, you know, back in those times, everything, the vitamins, everything we had, medicine was all made with alcohol, a lot of alcohol. So, you know, she would get into her schemes to go and be in these productions. And so she like got her way onto this shoot for the Vitamina Vegemin for this commercial.
Right.
And it was done live back in those days.
Uh-huh.
Right? So she's sitting there and she keeps messing up. So she's getting drunk off of this stuff because they keep having her really drink it. It tastes terrible. So it's just, it was so funny because her subtlety in this short time of how she was being affected by the alcohol and then having to deliver the same script over and over again for this commercial was so brilliant. But it made me laugh so much. I was laughing so much. My father had come into the room at that point. He was like, oh my gosh, you're laughing, you know? And I don't know, that moment hit me and I was like, something like that was so powerful. Entertainment is so powerful that it just pulled me out of a depression.
Right.
You know, and I was like, it has an impact on people, and it was positive for me, and that's what I need to do. That was the first time I'm like, I need to make this my career, I need to make this my living.
Wow.
But it was it started off with acting as like my main goal at that time for years. I went to performance art high school in my last 2 years of high school in New Jersey.
Okay.
Well, I really wasn't going to do well in school if I wasn't focusing on what I wanted to focus on. And that's something with determination. Coming back to the word, I'm really good at that. I'm going to keep bringing it back.
Let me tell you. When we put the word of the day out, for some reason during the interview,
that's true.
It kind of
it creates the theme. It's like improvisation. If you don't have a direction, it is like all over the place. So it kind of gives it a direction.
Okay.
So with determination, so I've always been somebody, and my parents will tell you right now that if I really felt in my heart that I had to do something, I would do it. And I would figure out a way to make sure it was done. So when you're an age where you don't really have much control over your life, like a teenager, I had to go to extremes to be able to get what I needed for myself.
Did they support you?
They supported me.
Okay.
Totally. They always did. When they, you know, I used to sing. I would just sing. Everything I was feeling and thinking, I would just sing it.
Really?
And they nurtured it. And they gave me vocal lessons since I was a kid and piano lessons, which I use mostly now for writing and, you know, vocal work. But,
was that sort of, was that therapeutic for you? The singing and the way you expressed yourself?
It was all therapy for me. And I was singing other people's songs, like, for performances, and I used to have friends come over and bring their friends to hear me sing. Like, it was a thing, you know? One of my friends used to always be annoyed that she'd be, like, pretending, like, to have fun singing in the car, and I would just be, like, I couldn't help it. I would just sing, and, like, pretty things would come out, you know? And she'd be like, can you stop singing so nicely?
Was there any song particular?
Can you sing bad like
I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. Because we used to make up songs too when we were kids, and you know, like in the moment, you know, and just be silly. And then like one of my girlfriends, it's so funny because now I sing, you know, for assisted living facilities and care and rehabilitation centers, and I love. That's one of my purposes with singing is what I realized.
Really?
And I had this realization.
That's dope.
My mother and I actually had this realization together, like that's something that I should be doing because I'm such a lover and very empathetic and I want to help people and heal and all this kind of stuff. So I kind of take like, I have a yoga background as well. I taught yoga for many years. I still do, but I focus on music primarily now.
Okay.
But the yoga principles come through in like every ounce of me. So like I almost feel like when I'm giving a show, this whole yoga philosophy is coming through, and that's what I'm communicating in what I'm saying to people, or like through the music, you know, even the in between stuff, and you're just there to listen if people want to have a conversation.
People. I mean, you always hear people start off singing in churches, but you starting off singing in a different way.
Yeah, for myself, number one. You know, I would just sing all the time. You know. It was the most therapeutic thing for me. But, I was saying, with the assisted living facilities, so one of the songs that I get to sing, I love it, because I get to sing all these amazing classic songs that, you know, are just, you know, everything from Etta James to Otis Redding to Sam Cooke to...
Oh, wow.
Shaka Khan to George Benson to Michael Jackson, like, all over the place.
George Benson.
Yeah,
Classic
good stuff. So one of the songs that I pulled into the repertoire, what is it? Going to the chapel? Going to the chapel and gonna get married. Going to the chapel.
They love that song.
Oh yeah. When we were younger, when we were teenagers, one of my friends used to always make me and my other friend, like, we used to have to harmonize that song for her, you know? So it's so funny whenever I sing that song. So singing was always this thing for me.
But just then, when you just did it just now, of doing it, like just spontaneous. You just doing it. You should have seen the videos. But
so fun.
Because that is a part of you and who you are.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Best Supporting Actress, the action on film, Catwoman. Talk to me about those experiences.
My acting experiences. It's interesting. I just want to say that when you were talking about like integrity, that's a big thing, and that's something that I really try to stand by, is like my truth. So see it what I feel my personal goals are, but being truthful to myself, and that is integrity as well. So even though you're determined, I don't want to sit back and look back and have those feelings like, why did I do that, or that wasn't really me. But there were definitely choices that I made throughout my whole life and my career that I chose for artistic reasons, let's say, let's say nudity in films and stuff like that. But during those days, I never really necessarily thought where my acting career would go. I just knew I wanted to do it, and I was following opportunities. Catwoman, I was married to a filmmaker many years ago, and he was very much into comic books, and he would make these fan films that are huge. There's a huge audience for fan films in the whole world. That comic book world is serious. And it's massive. And so he had this idea to make me Catwoman. But it was it was the 70s to 80s version where she was in the purple outfit with the black boots, black gloves. Jim Ballant was the creator.
I can picture you doing Catwoman.
I actually saw a picture on the social media.
Yeah, I posted something recently. I don't really pull that out too much. But what's so weird is that I sing at Paris Blues in Harlem every other Sunday. And a couple Sundays ago, this woman was there in the back, and at one point on my break, she comes and she's like, I just want you to know that you should play Catwoman. I could see you being Catwoman. I was like, really?
Okay, well, I've played Catwoman.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you have a feline feel. No, see, Joe. You just cats are different from all